I am going to be reworking this tank top of mine from the dead. There is a hole here, the hem is coming undone, and the sides are coming undone. There's more holes. It's a very thin material. There's another hole in the back. This tank top has been with me for ages, and you can see a little bit of the fabric is like just piling. So I wanted to give this a new look. It's okay if it's not like perfect, but let's go ahead and start transforming this old dead piece into something fun and new. I'm going to be busting out my embroidery machine, and I made a brand new custom embroidery for this piece. I have the stabilizer cut. Let's go ahead and get it hooped up and started. All right, we're nice and hooped. Let's go ahead and push start. The first stitches are always the scariest. Like really, they are always the scariest, and now we gotta stop and cut the thread. Here we go. Already changing how it looks. So I learned something very hard and difficult today, and that is because this fabric is so used and worn out, it was starting to rip regardless of the correct position of my stabilizer, and that's very unfortunate, sadly. So I can't embroider this unless I just do a patch, and I think I'm just going to sew a patch directly on, and then from there I'm just going to distress it. So I think it looks really cool. Unfortunately, I've created multiple new holes, and then these random lines, which I think the random lines are okay. I don't think it's a big deal. In the spirit of never giving up, I decided to find my old KDA patch that I tried making, and I'm going to sew this onto my shirt because I think it would look kind of cool with a little bit of rips and scratches, and I'm just going to put it on and see how it goes. I'm just going to center it here, and now that it's where I want it to be, I'm going to pin it with my pins, and not to stab through the wrong spot, aka to the back fabric of the shirt, because no sir, we don't want that. And pinning helps it stay in place. Some people actually hand stitch it. I prefer to pin, and that's what I'm going to do. Another thing too is make sure that you have this set to a regular stitch first, and then you can satin stitch on top. So that is also what I'm going to do. Okay, so now that I've already attached it, it's completely on. I'm doing a zigzag stitch, very tight, that's 0.9, and I'm just going to go around and satin stitch this so it's really conformed to this shirt. And take it slow, you don't have to go hardcore when doing satin stitches. Actually, this is a really tedious process, and that's okay. This turned out really nice, adding it. It's very acai with the shredding and the little lights, like lines here. I don't think I'm going to remove those, honestly. Now, what I do want to do is add a little bit more holes, but use my grommet press. Don't get to bust this baby out all the time. I love it. It's so fun. It makes me feel like I'm pumping at a well, but it's for crafting. I got this as a Christmas present, but I know it was on my Amazon wish list. So let's go ahead and start using it to make some grommets on my shirt. So this is where we're at. I had some failed attempts with my grommet press, unfortunately. Not my favorite thing, but I'm going to keep pressing forward, and sometimes a more distressed look is a better look than something boring. And we're not going for boring with the way this looks, so I want to continue a little bit more distressing throughout the top completely. And that's where we're going to go. So I'm just going to make small holes and pull at them to kind of create this rippy look, and see where we go from there. Last touches on this project, I really wanted to create like some X's here. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to use the eyelet punch anymore. I think there's enough holes as is. Maybe I'll just try to make this look like stitches. It will look kind of cool with that. Then I'll just leave the strings to hang, and I'll just tie. Let me know what you think. Should I tie off the strings and cut it? Yeah, I'm gonna do one more knot here, just so I'm safe. I thought I was gonna make more knots. I think it looks kind of cool that way. Now I'm the scraps from this little part. I'm tying it up here to make kind of sutures off. There's one. All done. That looks really cool now. I kind of like that. Kind of gives it like this little bow presentation, but it's not. I think that looks pretty cool. For an update, this is what it looks like. I think it looks pretty cool. I might be doing this more in the future. What do you all think for this upcycle?